Hi everybody, this is Amy Miles, author of the Arotas trilogy, and I had a few questions that I needed to answer for a few people on my street team. The first question is, who is your favorite character to write and why? That is a very difficult question because I think that each of my characters have redeeming qualities, but they also have a few of them that you just love to hate. I think that Fane is probably my favorite character. I think that he is a secondary character that most people don't fully understand, but hopefully as they read the Immortal Rose trilogy that they will finally get to understand the character that I always knew that he was. And I think that each of the characters have a special quality. I know that a lot of people love Rosalind. She's a very strong character. She's strong-willed. She's very secure. But I think that in Desolate, you're going to see a different side of her. Another question is, where do you get your inspiration for fight scenes? This is one of my passions. I love action movies. I love books with action. I love anything that involves just those moments of where you know that something could go wrong. When I write a book, I always stop and think about what could be the worst possible thing that will happen to this character, and then I let it happen. So fight scenes to me are those epitome of those moments of, will somebody die? Will somebody win? Will evil win for a time, and then will the good come back? So for me, a fight scene it's intricate, it's detailed, it gets your pulse racing. So that's why I love having lots of fight scenes in my books. And then of course the nature of the Arotas series is around characters who they're fighting for good, they're fighting for evil, and of course there's a clash. Did you always know how the series was going to end, and does it come to you as you write it? I am not very good at outlining. I like to know the beginning and I like to know the end, but the middle is completely up for the grabs. So for the Arotas trilogy, I wrote Forbidden with pretty much no plan whatsoever, and I actually wrote halfway through the book to the end before I ever wrote the beginning. So that book was very much pieced together. Ideas kind of fell into my lap and I just went with them. With Reckoning, I introduced new points of view that I had never experienced before. I allowed people into Fane's mind and into Nikolai's mind, and it really opened up some new doors that I hadn't explored yet, and I found that they were very intriguing. I loved their character's voice. Redemption, that was a hard book to write for me because I had to put myself into Vladimir's mind, which, if you've read the book, you know he's pretty twisted. So when it came to the entire trilogy, no, I did not have it all plotted out. I did not know who was going to die and when they were going to die or how they were going to die. I just knew that some people were going to not make it to the very end. A lot of people ask me, especially that last 5% of Redemption, it's pretty hard to read. And I will be honest that I bawled the whole way through several of those scenes because these characters are, they're people that I have come to love. So when you get angry and you want to throw your Kindle or you hate me for being mean to my characters, I feel the same way. But it's very important to me that my characters be who I created them to be, and sometimes it means that they make decisions that we may not like, but it's who they are, and I try to support that as much as possible. Do I ever read my own books? And if I do, am I critical or can I get lost in them? I have read back through my books. Forbidden is painful for me because it was my first legitimate book, and there are definitely things that I would love to go back and I would change or I would expand on, or just completely rip it out of my book because it shouldn't be there. But it's part of the journey as an author. I will never go back and touch it again, apart from basic grammar issues. So for me, no. I read the books and I enjoy the books. I'm able to remember why I fell in love with these characters. And with each book, I know that my writing style has changed. I've improved, and the characters have grown, and there's so much more depth to them. So I can read my books and I can enjoy them. But to be honest, I don't have time to be able to go back and do that as much as I would like to. What was I doing prior to writing the Arotas trilogy? I was a stay-at-home mom. I have one little boy, he's 7 now, and I was, from the time that I had him till I started writing, I was home with him. I was mommy and I was a wife, and on the side when I had time I would write stories, and it wasn't until about 3 years ago that I finally sat down and said, okay, I'm going to try to write a book. So I don't have one of those stories of, I quit my job to pursue a career in writing. I was already home, but thanks to my wonderful husband and the support of my family, I was able to remain home, and I now write full-time. So the last question is for advice for authors. Do I have any tips for dealing with writer's block? I have personally only dealt with writer's block one time, and I think the reason why is because I work on multiple projects at the same time. I typically am working on 4 books, and they are all in different genres, all completely different characters. So for me, if I start to get frustrated on one book, I will jump to the other book. So I may be writing a book while I'm editing another one, while I'm plotting out another one, and while I'm researching another one. So for me, that works. I'm able to jump from character to character, book to book, and that helps me avoid getting burnt out. And I think burnout is a huge thing for authors now. We feel pressured to make our readers happy. And as much as we love doing that, sometimes it isn't conducive to making a good story. A lot of times we put pressure on ourselves simply for the fact that you guys mean a lot to us, and we want to give you exactly what you want. So writer's block, my suggestion is, if you're suffering from it, stop working, stop beating your head against the laptop, go read a book, watch a movie, possibly something in the same genre, because a lot of times that can trigger ideas. So this is the first vlog that I've done. I know it's probably completely awkward, but I love you guys, so I wanted to give it a shot. I will be posting another vlog, basically around Desolate, since it does come out tomorrow. Well, I guess today, since I'm posting it today. So if you have any other questions, let me know, and I will try to answer them. Thanks!